Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. I have another property tour for you today, and this home is fresh on the market. It's never been listed before, which is kind of rare in today's market with so many homes that come on and off the market. They expire, they're overpriced. This one, I think, is priced just right. We're here in Green Valley of Henderson. The address, 1133 Thunder Canyon Avenue, Henderson, Nevada, 89012. So yeah, one of the most coveted zip codes in all of Henderson. We're just south of the 215 freeway off Stephanie. So very easy access to the freeway. That'll take you downtown. That'll take you to Summerlin, Allegiant Stadium, T-Mobile Arena, Fremont Street, wherever you want to go, the Las Vegas Strip. You're about 25 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, about 35 minutes to downtown Summerlin. And yeah, there's a lot to see here today. It's Mystery Monday. I have not been inside yet. I have the keys in my hand. We're going to explore it together right now in real time just for you. 3,289 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, this 3-car garage, beautiful heated pool out back, no rear neighbors, kind of this cul-de-sac type street here. I'll show you that in a moment. Not exactly a cul-de-sac. Almost 9,000 square feet on the lot, so you're getting that oversized lot because of the location here. And yeah, the list price, unbelievable, $685. So we better hurry up and get inside before someone buys it. If you like this home, call me right away. It's not going to last long. $208 a square foot seems totally reasonable, but again, that depends on what we see inside. Follow me. I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply. All right, everyone, here we are. Mystery Monday. Have not been inside, don't know what to expect. Really loving the specs on this home, especially with that pool, heated pool and spa, no rear neighbors. And we're just looking around this neighborhood. I just sold one on this street here, which is Blitzen. And yeah, some great homes in this neighborhood. Fantastic location here off of Paseo Verde and Stephanie, just south of the 215. But you can see here, let me back up a little bit, kind of a cul-de-sac in the sense that the street comes down very, very wide neighborhood streets, by the way. And then it kind of curves out and makes this, half circle here with these 3 properties on it, which gives you that, I'm assuming, kind of a pie-shaped lot. And we have that oversized lot, almost 9,000 square feet. Giant canary palm here anchoring the front yard. Kind of a interesting side covered patio there. We have the 3-car garage. I see solar screens on most of the windows. And then you have this big RV gate over here. I think it's wide enough for an RV. Guess it depends on the width of your RV. Curb appeal looks clean. But I'm more excited of what's going to be inside here. And only $208 a square foot. The home at $685. So yeah, kind of this interesting side covered patio here, kind of hidden by the landscape. And you could put a couple chairs there, sit out here and have your coffee, but you'll probably want to be out back. Here we go inside. Let's take a look. And here we go inside. And you're probably saying, wait, Andrew, I thought you said it was Mystery Monday. Why are the lights on? Well, to pull back the curtain a little bit, I walked in, I started filming, I opened the blinds, started talking, and then I was just fumbling paper, fumbling my words. Every once in a while I do a retake. So that would be this. So here we are, walking in for the second time. I was literally in here about 20 seconds and I decided to reshoot. But this is going to be the living room and your formal dining room here. Looks like somebody was having an open house now, stuff. You do have 3 electrical outlets there. Kind of looks like electrical hookups. Kind of looks like what you'd see like pendant lighting. So I'm not sure if maybe they had a pool table or something in here. But yeah, that is the formal dining. The home feels very clean. The paint looks good. You have this 18 by 18 tile that looks to be in really good shape as well. Now, it looks like it has a darker grout, but you can see they must have had some sort of rug I don't know if you can see the color difference between here and there. If you got the grout steam cleaned, it would kind of come out more like this. And we can look for an area maybe in the pantry or something where we can see the original grout color. Stairs going up here, carpet, kind of a higher pile carpet, looks to be in good shape. We'll just start kicking on lights. You're gonna have your family room and kitchen over here. Looks like we have a downstairs bedroom. We'll be back there in a moment, but let's just go upstairs first and show you that. This is kind of interesting how they have this rail. I don't think I've seen something like that before. So the rail is attached to the wall, but then they just have this extra kind of beam with the post sticking out. Do you like this better than just having it like attached to the wall? I guess maybe they're just giving you a little extra area to grip. Not sure. Stairs are very wide. Yeah, the carpet looks to be in great shape. And wow, what a primary bedroom. Wait till you see that. We have the loft here. So good sized loft right when you walk upstairs. Again, the home about 3,300 square feet. Pretty large home for Las Vegas for a 2-story home. And this loft here, about 14 by 10, 14 by 11. We have wood plantation shutters throughout the home. Nice little add-on. You can't really see it, but I can see the city out over that home back there. So you do have a nice night view where you'll see some city lights. Primary is going to be through there. That looks massive, but let's kind of explore the rest of the upstairs first. Linen closet. Very rectangular room here. So yeah, you can see a queen bed came all the way out to here because it is fairly narrow but very long. But you can see this line kind of right here. That looks like that's where the bed ended. So be kind of a tight squeeze having your queen bed on this wall. So I don't know if you have to maybe put the bed this way. Would be a great nursery or office. You do have the primary right next door as well. Does have the walk-in closet though, so that is a nice little added feature here. Yeah, very rectangular, long room there. Or, I mean, your bed against the window. I don't know if that's proper feng shui, but you could have your bed here. If you adhere to the laws of feng shui. Are they laws or rules? I think they're laws. So sometimes like in new construction, we'll talk about pony wall versus rail. I would imagine that this could have been an option where this was chopped and then you had just railing across the side here. I don't know if this is a great example of that, but from over here, it makes sense to where this would be railing or a pony wall. And when we say pony wall, this is what we're talking about. Don't know that to be an option because it's actually a pretty long wall when we looked at it from the other side. Single piece fiberglass countertop. So no grout lines. Looks very clean, very well kept. I mean, home's 24 years old. This is the original tile, original cabinets. Most of the things I'm seeing are original. And then they really did this right because they have the single piece tub shower combo as well, all wrapped in fiberglass. So this is a great example how if you just keep it somewhat clean, it can look brand new 24 years later. And then we're gonna have bedroom number 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is a 5-bedroom. It says 4 on the paperwork, and that's the fun of Mystery Monday. You never know what we're gonna discover, but there was pretty sure that was a bedroom downstairs, so stay tuned to find out. But that's a big deal if it's listed as a 4-bedroom, but it's actually a 5-bedroom. Now, here's the thing. The bedrooms we do not input into the MLS, which I've talked about before. This is the MLS sheet, has all the information. It's what the realtors look at online. We don't input when we put a listing in, we don't input the bedroom number. That's automated from the tax record. Now, with that being said, bigger walk-in closet here. I don't know why you didn't just extend this over on this side and have it all the way around. Would have been like $8 more, but yeah, you could definitely extend that over because that is a pretty big walk-in. So let's say I'm listing this home. This actually just happened to me. We closed last week, 2 weeks ago. Go to list the home and it says 4-bedroom, and I go in the house and meet with the client, and in fact it's a 5-bedroom. So what do? Well, all you have to do is call the county assessor and let them know, hey, there's an error on the tax record. I've done this multiple times in my career. I've changed square footage on a home, I've changed bathrooms on a home, and I've changed bedrooms on a home. In this case, the assessor, well, you call the assessor and they connect you to one of their appraisers. The appraiser will do their search online. They'll look at the home. Okay, so sorry if the audio changes right now. Technical difficulties today. Walking in, couldn't talk right, dropping paperwork, and now my microphone wasn't on. I got it repaired, got it fixed, and long story short, we're on now with the microphone. So if the audio changes right there and gets better, I don't know, we'll see if the microphone matters. Anyways, they connect you with an appraiser, and you just tell the appraiser, hey, there's an issue with the tax record. It says 4 bedrooms, it's actually 5. And in 2 out of the 3 cases I've done recently, they just made the change. They looked online, they looked at the other properties. They, basically made the assumption based on the other information that I was telling the truth, and they made the change in the tax record, no problem. A couple days later, everything's switched and better. We're going into the primary bedroom now. So we've seen 3 bedrooms upstairs and that full bath. This primary looks pretty awesome though. I love this setup. Now, the other time I did it, now there's no light in this bedroom at all. There's electric for a ceiling fan, or electric for a light here, maybe a ceiling fan. Then you have a ceiling fan over here without light. So we're gonna open these blinds and see if that does anything. But you have this 2-tier bedroom here that I find really cool. So you kind of have a built-in office or TV room over here. So yeah, the third time, first 2 times, no problem, change it. Third time, he just wanted pictures. He said, take a picture of the bathroom, take a picture from the bathroom towards the bedroom, from the bedroom looking out into the hallway. So I sent like 3 or 4 pictures. He reviewed them and said, okay, good enough for me. Change the tax record to make that the correct square footage, and added, changed the half bath into a full bath. Because in that particular property, builder option was to either have tandem 3rd car garage, or you could change that into a 4th bedroom downstairs and then convert the half bath to a full bath. And that's what was chosen when they built the home. And on the tax record, they had it listed as a 4-bedroom, but they also had it as a tandem 3-car garage, and they only had, how many baths would it have been? It would have been 2.5 baths instead of 3 full baths. So yeah, I mean, again, you want your realtor to know, these things and understand how to, assess situations and list your home properly. But yeah, on this particular home we're touring right here, so we do have a balcony out here. You can see no rear neighbors. Get a little peek of the pool. Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, very interesting lot. Okay, the lot is very interesting, which makes more sense. I'll talk about that when I get downstairs, because I saw some things from the front and just kind of was like, what the heck's going on there? But makes sense now. I'm gonna put the stick back in the door so I don't forget. And we'll keep moving over to the primary. So primary bathroom. So yeah, there's this 2-tier area. So you could have your bed down there. Probably your bed up here would make more sense. And then you have this whole office area down here. Really cool setup. I like this. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like this primary set up this way, or would you prefer them all for them to have just built it like one big room without the separation, without the stairs going down? Let me know what you think. So anyways, we're gonna find out if this home is in fact a 5-bedroom, not a 4-bedroom, because we've seen 4 bedrooms and I swear I saw a bedroom downstairs. That is coming up. Into this primary bathroom. So you have your soaker tub here, that's fiberglass, wrapped in fiberglass. It's got kind of this bowling ball fiberglass look that we see was very popular in 2000. And in fact, this house is so clean, everyone. I'm telling you, yes, same kind of dated fiberglass here, but you have single piece and just look at it. I mean, it's super duper clean. Another thing you see from time to time, I don't think it's something to be alarmed about, but see this right here? That's one of the drywall nails just kind of finding its way out. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I don't think it's a big issue, but just wanted to note that because I did notice it, but you do see it from time to time. Very large bathroom here and just ultra clean. I mean, this house, I hope the kitchen is this clean. We see our first signs of life really, and that's going to be right here. Just a little mildew on the edge. Some scrubbing bubbles should take care of that. Or just rip the caulk out and redo it. Oh, I love the closet. So yeah, no shortage of space in this home. Sometimes the homes are over 3,000 square feet, which you figure if it's a 2-story home, you know, you're cutting that space into 2 different levels. But, you know, on this size home, you would expect a very large walk-in closet for the primary. And yeah, this is it here. You're about 10 by 11. I mean, I've seen bedrooms smaller than this. And then they have this shoe rack going all the way around the bottom. I know it's the wire. I know everyone hates the wire, but kind of cool to have your shoes on, get them off the floor. My favorite is at, I think they're about 20 bucks or so at IKEA. They have these wooden shoe racks with the metal rods, and they're like 2 level and you can stack them. Oh, those look so good when you get quite a few of them. And they come with these little pieces where you can attach them together to each other. That's my recommendation on shoe racks. Water closet. Yeah, so far pretty impressed with the home. I love the layout. I think it's got great space and it is ultra clean and it looks like it's been freshly painted as well. The carpet is newer and in great condition also. So yeah, pleasantly surprised for a Mystery Monday so far. Only a few small complaints. But speaking of mysteries, it says 4-bedroom. Is it a 5? I'll show you right now in the paperwork. It says 4-bedroom. Check this out. So, of course, it's right on the fold. So right here, it says 4-bedroom. Right there, that's a 4. And then 3 bath. And it says 0 dens. So this over here looks like a bedroom to me. And that's where we're headed. Okay, so technically this is a bedroom. There's no closet, but you don't need a closet for it to be a bedroom. Now, It's probably a better office unless you want a downstairs bedroom, but you can absolutely do that. There's plenty of room to put in like a wardrobe or a closet here. You have the slider going out to that beautiful pool. Now there is a really nice glass door here, so that would be the reason, and it might be a better office, but personally, I'm changing this door out if I need this bedroom, and I would use upstairs as an office. I also do like, you can hear the hollowness in here. I do like tile on the office floor though. So yeah, totally up to you, but there are options. But technically, this is a 5-bedroom because you don't have to have a window per se, you need an egress. So I'll have to double check because I don't think I've seen a situation where it had a sliding glass door, but no openable window. But I'm almost positive this counts as an egress. Let me know if you know. You know, I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I don't claim to know everything. I try to know as much as I can. Sometimes I have to do research. I get more knowledgeable every day. But now we're downstairs here, and so this is the half bath. Kind of a cool location for the half bath, just way off of the beating path, you know, way away from the family room. Pedestal sink. I assume a toilet back here. I would assume correctly. Nice color in there too, and again, everything just seems to be freshly painted except for this little spot right there. And then into this pass-through laundry room. I know what you're saying. You're like, not another wire rack, but I'll tell you what, this wire rack actually allows you to hang clothes right here. So there is that. They switched out the light with this really bright LED, and it is a pretty wide pass-through laundry room. You can see how far the washer and dryer are off the wall. You can push those back at least 4 more inches, maybe 5, and give you even a larger pathway to go through here. I told you we would find the original grout color, and here it is. Should be something like that. Now, just because the grout color gets darker in these heavy traffic areas, it's not necessarily because they wore shoes in the house or they were dirty. Just mopping the floor will change the color of that grout. And so we're going to take a quick look at this garage because all their stuff is out here. I guess they're still in the middle of moving. But it is a single bay 3-car garage. You're wired for the garage door opener on the single car side. You have your sprinkler or irrigation computer there, and then you have, you know, a workbench with the pegboard. Your water heater is gas and has the drip pan. Kind of a funny thing here. I don't think this was intentional, but the drip pan has to have PVC pipe that runs down and away from this area, but they have a bucket under it, so all the water would be caught in the bucket. So it kind of counts, but earthquake straps is what we look for. We look for clean lines. We look for the sediment trap. And then they always want to see this. This is the pressure regulator valve. And they always want to see this running, gravity taking it out. So they don't want this exit higher than where it releases, which sometimes we see. Yeah, okay. Water softener loop here. Yeah, good looking garage. Garages, I feel like you just paint and epoxy and you have like a brand new garage. It's pretty simple. Okay, so we're gonna skip the kitchen yet again and look at this family room, and then we will look at the kitchen, and then we'll head out to this beautiful pool. And it is Mystery Monday, and I'm liking what I see so far. Really nice large ceiling fan there, modern. Now plantation shutters on the entire home, except for the one window you're constantly staring at, which is this one. I don't know why they wouldn't do some form of plantation shutter there, because literally, like, this is your TV wall. Also a good point. Where's your TV going? That's something to think about. Maybe that's why you'd block this window with the TV. You could have room here to put the TV on this ledge and not have it hit the top. It does stick out a couple inches. You could mount the TV here, but that might look weird. My TV has to be bigger than that space there. Maybe remodel, maybe you tear all this out, make it just a flat wall, put some plantation shutters up, put your window or your giant TV in the middle with the linear fireplace. A lot of options, but in 2002, that was like the biggest TV right there, I think. Still a good sized room, put a big sectional in here, no problem. And into this kitchen. I like the color of the walls to contrast the light natural wood. I do like that. I'm looking for the, where are the switches at? Can't be the only switch over here, could it? Where are... Couldn't be these, could it? That is an interesting feature. I guess you have to choose which ones you want on. So let's turn these on. Did you guys catch that? I don't think that is correctly wired. Okay, so this controls that. This is so weird. Okay, let me try this switch now. Welcome to my channel where I play with light switches and try to figure out. Guys, I don't know. I really don't know. Seems like a very odd feature. Well, you get to choose pendants or ceiling lights, I guess, as your option. The only thing I can think is maybe it wasn't wired for pendants and they tapped in somehow. I don't know. If there's an electrician here, let us know what the heck is going on with that, because that is an odd feature. But, you know, I mean, it's like you're selling your house for $685,000. Like, maybe we have to spend $500 to get this wired properly. I'm saying that might be a lot too. Might be less than that, but when we kind of want a separate switch for the pendants and the ceiling light, because buyers, especially in this market, they're looking for reasons not to buy a home. Seems like it should be the other way around, but I see it day in and day out. And, you know, there's a lot of fear in the market and there's a lot of uncertainty. And so little things like this could deter someone from buying the house. They could be like, you know what? I don't want to have to deal with that. I just want the pendant lights to work. Or maybe we end up in new construction. But as your agent, I would advise you, like, let's figure out this situation. So, you know, we want as little reasons as possible for the potential buyer to, you know, not want the home. So I think I said that correctly. But yeah, we want to eliminate any sort of doubt or issues the best we can, right? Because even if everything's perfect, it's still a little tough to sell your home right now. You really got to do everything right. I like the granite. Again, I like the, I don't love the cabinet color, but if you do have this cabinet color, I do like kind of this contrast color on the wall there. They have nice modern handles and a brushed nickel, oversized stainless sink with the upgraded faucet here. You have your dishwasher, double oven by Whirlpool that looks to be a little newer as well. And that looks pristine, like everything else in the house. So clean, so pristine. We got food all up in the fridge. And that's not just like, I brought my lunch today. That's like, that's a lot of sauces and things. Anyways, you have this little middle drawer here. So yeah, real nice fridge. Ooh, somebody likes ice cream. Where's my spoon? Oh, kind of a cool little ice setup here too, because you don't have the water tap on the front of the fridge. Is there like water inside the door? No, it's just the ice thing. Oh, there's your water in the Brita. Anyways, 5-burner gas range, hood. You know the deal. $685. I still think the price is very strong. As a buyer, I would just say, you know, pendant lights and overhead kitchen lights to be on separate switches and work independently. Like, let's just write it into the contract. Pantry, good sized pantry with all of your pool chemicals in there. There was some ceiling work done at some point. There's a big patch here all the way down. So that's something we would want to make sure is in the SRPD, or the Seller's Real Property Disclosure Form. There's also a patch here. Now, I noticed on this home, it does have some cracking in the drywall. We've talked about this before. You see this kind of straight line here all the way across. It could be where they tried to conceal that or texture and patch it, because I do kind of see a little line down the middle still. The thing is with those is you really have to retexture and repaint the entire ceiling to get rid of those. It's really hard to get rid of those without going all the way and doing the whole thing. I noticed one here too when we walked in. I don't know if you can see that, but you know, and these are normal stress fractures in drywall. Seems to be a couple more than, you know, a typical home would have. But you usually see at least a couple of these in every home built in the 2000s. Gets very hot, especially right now. Gets cold in the winter, and the home contracts and expands. So, you know, you get these kind of stress fractures, and it's usually right down the drywall seams. As long as it's down the seam, it's not too much concern. But again, to replace those, or to not replace those, but to hide those completely, you can't paint a ceiling. You can't touch up paint a ceiling because you'll always see it. You have to paint the whole area, or at least like a big section to where it's not as noticeable. And you'd have to retexture the whole ceiling to get rid of those. So what I advise is, like, just don't touch them. Just leave them alone. And we're headed out back. By the way, if you want to get your own customized list of homes that are specific to your needs, that no one else has seen, that are not even on the market yet, there's a QR code here. Scan that, fill out a few questions. I just asked for, you know, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, you want a pool or no pool, how many garage spaces, just some simple questions there. And I'll set you up on your personalized list to where you'll get alerted to any new property as soon as it hits the market. Actually, prior to hitting the market, it's when it hits coming soon status. It's going to be listed, not available to the public yet. You'll get to see it first. And in fact, a lot of the times we can contact the agent, get you out there to see it before anyone else does. So scan that QR code, fill out a few questions. I won't share information. It's just for me. And we'll get you that list. I'll also search through all of my off-market properties, things that are not going to be available to the public, and we'll get those over to you as well. 2 very large AC units, presumably one for upstairs, one for down, pool heater, your filter, all of your pool equipment. A little bit of a leak in the pool equipment area. It's okay, we can work with that. RV gate, so you have RV parking here. A little dog run. And just a huge pie-shaped lot as I anticipated based on kind of the cul-de-sac situation. You have this big turf area, and then no rear neighbors. Pretty dang private backyard, unless, you know, those people are on their balcony, which they aren't going to be. No one uses their balconies, let's be honest. And yeah, this is just like it's just like a walking path up there, or a little bike path. Outdoor kitchen, covered patio. You have your grill, spot for a refrigerator. Thank you. If it doesn't work, get it out of here. That's probably what they did. I don't mind that at all. And then this beautiful pool tucked away in the corner. Big spa, big, beautiful pool. And with it being so hot today, really inviting. You have the waterfall That's it, everybody. I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas, the Guiant Luxury Group. I want to help you in your next move. Just give me a call. That's my cell phone number. I'll answer it.